Hello, gamers and streamers. I want to talk to you today about something I use behind the scenes to run my stream, whether it's on Twitch or YouTube. This is Streamlabs Chatbot, an app that you can download. I will have a link down in the description as well as the documentation or what would be the instruction manual for how to run the software. But while that is a handy resource, I want to show you today, step by step, how I've taught dozens of streamers how to utilize this software and make it work for them. So, for this first example, this will mostly cover how it works with Twitch. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is go down here in the bottom left corner and click Connections. You're going to want to link either your bot, which you would essentially make a Twitch profile with a bot name like Shackdroid or whatever. But I think the secret now is to make it actually the same as your channel name, because then your bot will post in your account name and will be able to use all of your emotes on your channel. So I think that is honestly better than having a cute little name for your bot. You also want to log in with your streamer account. If you have a Discord, you can also have a Discord bot. You would link your Streamlabs as well for any of your accounting information, tips, donations, all that kind of stuff. OBS Remote also allows you to have commands that will trigger things in OBS. And then, of course, you can also download the YouTube version, which I will show you in just a moment, but this is the Twitch shortcut that we're using right now. So, getting started, you can have the title of your stream. A little clickbaity here, but that was my last stream that I did on Twitch. You can have the game there, your category. So you can set all this up without having to go into the Twitch video manager and stuff like that. There's some other features here that you might be interested in, but those are the main ones I use. The console right here is where you would pretty much just leave this open and you can see your viewers here in this panel right here on the right side. That will populate. Your moderators will be up at the very top, of course, and any VIPs, anyone that's prioritized, that type of thing. You'll see chat here as well as timestamp whenever a message is sent. You'll see even the purge, block, ban, any of those type symbols will appear here as well as people type messages. You can view your subscribers and at what tier they subscribe, but also you would want to be careful and note that that information is not always 100% accurate, okay? Commands, this is where you can have all your commands and such. So, for example, for this command, I have an Amazon gear panel that shows all the gear I own or whatever on Amazon, and it can be triggered by typing in this command. You can make certain commands cost a certain amount of currency. You can restrict it to just chat or various other sources, maybe mod only type commands, set the permissions, you know, all that kind of stuff. Actually, this is where you want it to be. Obviously, stream chat, unless you're doing something in Discord. You can also have cooldowns set so that people are not spamming certain commands. You have your text response right there. You can have a sound file as well if you want to trigger a certain type of sound, which we'll talk about that later, but we'll get into that more. So timers are almost the same as commands, but timers are something that you can schedule for your bot to automatically post in chat. So I like to promote my artist because she's done a really good job with my emotes, my background, my scenes, all that type of stuff. So that's what this message does. And so if we look right here with the settings gear, I have it set to every 10 minutes. You can have it set to a certain amount of lines of chat, but if your chat is hyperactive, your bot will be spamming quite a bit. If your chat is not very active and you have it set to say 10 lines and your chat's not very active, then that can kind of backfire. So I prefer 10 minutes because it doesn't seem too spammy. And of course, we have a lot of commands to get through. So, you know, the bot needs to get through those. But what we have here, other good ideas, you know, a donation link, you know, just remind people to donate, to follow, to subscribe, stuff like that. Yeah, just like right there, you know, you can have links pop up. Of course, plug your Discord, your Twitter, your social media. Remind people that Twitch Prime exists. Um, Here is another clever idea. Promote other events on your stream. For example, I play Mario on Mondays, Super Mario Maker. You know, promote that and have that as something to get people excited about. Shout out your other streaming services. You can even have it tag other streamers and such. You know, if you want to promote your friends throughout the stream, you can have a merch link there. These are just ideas of what you can do. Of course, my favorite is to promote the rules of the stream, because if someone clicks through the rules at the very beginning because they want to get in chat and start typing, they skip reading the rules, I don't want them to have a single excuse for bad behavior or potentially backseat gaming or spoiling the game. I don't want to give anyone a reason, well, I didn't see the rules, or whoops, I skipped past them, or oh, I didn't read them in the panels down below. I want to see the rules popping up every 10 minutes or so. And of course, timers are also commands. So that means the mod team could come in and say, oh, this person needs to see the rules. They can type exclamation rules and have it show up in chat. And you notice that in my title, rules, SFX, and guitar strings, which are my currency, I had those in the title so that people would be curious and want to see what those commands do, and they would end up learning the rules of the channel. Now, another cool thing that you can do, let me see if I have a command. Some of these are kind of old, but just something that would apply. You can potentially go right here, and instead of having a general group, you can do game. So, for example, let's just say when I'm on YouTube, I'm only playing the Division 2. So, I could have it do that. And so what this will do is that when the game category, when I go live, when it's set to Tom Clancy's The Division 2, then this command will be implemented. This timer will go active, but it will not post if I'm playing any other game. So that can be really handy if I have commands relating to Mario Monday, you know, maybe telling people how they can add their levels to the queue so that I can play viewer requested levels and such. Or maybe I want to shout out certain streamers when I'm playing a game with them when we're playing together. Here you go. Here's some quotes. You know, just a fun little feature to have. You can save some of the quotes here. You can have more quotes. Also, giveaways. You can set a command here. You can set the prize, which could be a game code for Destiny 2 on Steam or whatever. You can set, what is it? Does the person have to be a regular? Is this a giveaway that's open to everyone? What I like to do is limit it to points and then say, hey, they have to have a certain amount of points, or they have to invest a certain amount of points, or they have to be a subscriber, or have to have watched a certain amount of hours of the stream. You can set the ticket cost, which is probably one of the good ways to do it, and the maximum amount of tickets that people can invest. So you could say tickets cost 10 points. The max amount of tickets are 10. That way you can make it fair across the board for all of your viewers who may not be able to purchase a lot of tickets. You want to give everyone an equal chance and not just your most loyal viewers. But you do want to prioritize probably loyal viewers over just the average Joe coming in, winning your giveaway, and never coming back to your stream again, because that is a real problem, right? When you're having giveaways, there's people that just come in off the internet, off anywhere, and they just want to win the giveaway, get your free code, and vamoose. You want loyal people within your community to win. So you open the giveaway, this picks a winner. Of course, you can reset it. You can have a timer for how long the giveaway is open. And of course, up here it tells you who won, all the users that have entered, how many tickets they've purchased. So if you need to interact with anyone and let them know that they're in the giveaway, all that type of stuff, Of course, the settings gear in every panel that we're on is going to be very handy because you can come in here and look and see, do you want to modify any of the circumstances or rules? Song requests, I wouldn't recommend due to the current DMCA situation on Twitch, but there's handy features like a blacklist. Maybe someone likes to rickroll you very often, or they like to play Kumbaya, something like that, and you're sick of it, you can set up a blacklist for certain songs. You can import and save playlists and such off of YouTube and Spotify and such. There's controls down here. You can control the volume, all that kind of stuff, but I don't recommend that feature anymore. Next, you can have sound files that you can turn into commands. So let me go to one that's probably, yeah, like the applause command. You can have it set the certain volume. I have this one as subscriber only, costs 500 points. It can only be done once a minute. Typically, I would also set the user cooldown to 1. You can have a text response, but for this one, really just want the applause. There you go. And that'll play whenever someone types exclamation applause. The queue is really cool. I actually use this for my Mario Maker streams, which I'll go into detail when we get to the YouTube side because that's primarily where I'm doing that. But if you were playing, say, Fortnite or Apex or something, and you want to play that game with viewers and you want them to queue up, you can have them type whatever command you like, but join is good. You could have it set to where it's just regulars, subscribers, people that have watched the stream for a certain amount of time. Maybe you don't want randos who are going to say something crazy when you let them into your game. You can set a cost and, of course, a maximum queue size. You open the queue, pick the next person. You could do it in order, or you could just have it pick people at random from the queue. Next, we have the death counter. But as you notice here, you can change the command and the message template from deaths to whatever you want. How many times you snort during a stream, how many times you say a certain word, how many times you die, whatever you want. You can configure all that here. It's all pretty straightforward and easy. The currency extension is quite nice. You can tie it into rankings. So here we have certain funny things. If you've watched for a certain amount of hours, or if you've earned a certain amount of currency, and then I have them set for viewers and subscribers. So there's 2 separate tiers of ranks, and that as people watch more and more and more, they will progress through these ranks, and they can type exclamation rank in chat to figure out what those are. But yeah, guitar strings are my currency. You earn them by watching in chat. And then you're able to use those on mini games like Heist, Duel, Free for All, Boss Battle. These are all really fun. You can come in here and change the messages. So the heist is mostly about robbing a bank and the cops, and security attacking you. But you could change that. You could come up with your own theme here of how you want your heist to be. Maybe you want something more like storming the castle and the castle guards, fighting you, or maybe you're pirates and whatever. So duels are pretty straightforward. You just duel and then the name of whoever you're attacking, that would be there. So you can sort of duel other players in chat. Free for all, just kind of whoever joins, everybody fights each other and wins a certain amount of points. You can set the costs of this stuff as well, which is quite nice. If you go to the settings gear, you can mess with the probabilities and the payouts. And so maybe for subscribers, maybe they have a 75% chance of winning. Maybe you want there to be perks for your subscribers. Maybe they're more resilient. So for an example, with the boss battle, I can come in here and say that subscribers are a little more powerful. So what a boss battle is it's going to take these statistics here, and you're going to fight a boss, as you would in a typical role-playing game. So you've got your health, your attack, your dodge, defense. So we can set those moderators. I've given them a little bit of a strength because they're always around and they can help the viewers win the fight. Subscribers join as well, and they can be incredibly powerful. Now I have a different list of bosses and different health for those bosses and attack and defense and stuff. And so you would want to configure those bosses, use some math, and figure out how you want those bosses, how strong do you want them to be, how many players do you want it to be when it triggers that boss. You know, you might have bosses for when only one person does a boss battle. You know, maybe there's a boss that they have a chance of defeating. Whereas, you know, you might have bosses that require 5 or 10 people to type exclamation boss in chat. Of course, you set cooldowns for this so that none of the mini games get too spammy, but, you know, you typically want these mini games to be something that keeps chat active and invested in whatever you're doing on stream, but also interacting and typing in the chat as well. Of course, you can configure the boss battle messages there as well. You have a poll feature, which is really cool, built in. You can vote on, you know, will I die this round? You can have options there, keep adding those. You can charge people to vote. You can have it open for a certain amount of time and restrict it. You're seeing that it's a running theme here. And of course, you can save these polls and open preset polls if you have certain things you like to vote on regularly. And then betting is kind of the same thing, right? You want viewers to wager points, and you can set a percentage that they can win. This is a pretty cool feature. Events are really cool because whenever someone enters chat, you can have a certain command play, a certain sound effect play. And typically I like to have it set for when they speak, because if you have it set to join, that would be like if someone was lurking in my stream and then all of a sudden, you know, the bot's calling them out. I don't like that. I don't like calling out lurkers. I don't like any of that. I like it to notify people, you know, when they're in chat and recognize them. So, you know, same here with Sophie. You know, when she joins, it'll say, hey, Sophie's here. And then it'll cue a sound command, all that stuff. And it makes her really excited to be part of the stream, to come by and visit. And then it hypes everyone else up as well. Mod tools are really great here. Now, a lot of these I have set up elsewhere, but link protection is quite nice. You can whitelist links like Twitch clips, unless you're worried about people sharing clips in chat that might be unflattering or inappropriate. But for the most part, people were sharing clips of my gameplay and such, and I wanted them to be able to post that in chat. But I really didn't want my chat posting links. That was really my main thing as a streamer. And the punishment I have set is purge. And then it just says, hey, ask for permission before posting a link. Because with this tool, you can just do exclamation permit and then the username of the person that you want to allow to post the link. And then they have, you know, 30 seconds here to post the link. So I like that. You could have it set to timeout or ban, but that's kind of excessive. Same here. You can blacklist certain words. I'm not going to click this because I want to show you the blacklist. But, you know, things like the N-word or maybe cuss words, slurs, whether it's, you know, racial slurs or, you know, whatever. You can have those. And then, you know, you can have it purge them and then, you know, warn them like, hey, please don't use this type of language. Or if it's a really serious word, you could go for a timeout or a ban if you don't think purge is strong enough. But usually for me, I think purge was usually enough to kind of get the idea out there like, hey, we don't talk like this. And of course, I had nobody exempt from using, you know, foul language that I thought was excessively inappropriate for the stream. You can also set up notifications. Now, these are nice because they will show up here in your console. So sometimes seconds before you hear the sound alert, you know, through whether you have it set up through Streamlabs or Stream Elements, you know, your overlay that pops up with the alerts, you will see them in chat. So it's kind of nice to have it show up everywhere. That way you don't miss a thing if you want to congratulate people. And of course, you can come in here and change the code here If you have a different terminology, maybe you don't want to say thanks for the follow, you can say welcome Guardian, or whatever your code words are. You can thank people for the hosts, the minimum amount of viewers. You can come in here and it shows, you know, how long people subbed and what tier. So that's all really good information, donation notifications. It also links to Extra Life, a good charity thing. You can have Discord stuff, announcing your stream going live. This is perks of the Discord bot. You can let them know which channel it's going to do that. And then auto assign a role whenever people join your Discord. That way, you'll know who's coming from Twitch. It'll be, boom, your Twitch followers, boom, comes in, gives them the Twitch follower rank in Discord, which, you know, you don't have to call it Twitch followers, so you could call it whatever you want, which is handy. Users, this just stores everyone that watches your stream. You can potentially come in here and, like with the bots, I have the bots banned from earning any sort of currency because that's kind of unfair. But maybe you have someone that abuses the sound files or your song request or whatever, and you just want to say, you know what, this person, you're not allowed to use these features. You can come in here and do just that. You can also set whether they're an editor or a regular in your stream. Editors are allowed to mess with this software here by using keyboard commands and such, which those are available in the Streamlabs chatbot documentation. Anything else? You would want to set up your audio device to whatever you want your sound to go through, but usually default seems to be fine as well. But yeah, there's a lot of settings there, and of course I believe that the documentation will cover anything that I've missed. You can also update and backup your settings here. I highly recommend that you do a backup every now and then. So that's Twitch. Now, let's talk about, since I'm primarily on YouTube now, let's talk about what I do for my YouTube. So right here, you've got the console. Same thing applies. We're going to see messages in chat come through whenever the bot's connected, and I have to be live for that. So you can see I've kind of streamlined things here. I don't have as many commands for YouTube because I'm really starting from scratch and prioritizing what I like to do. So certain things, like, you know, my backseat gaming rules, I like to make sure that that's very clear as people come in. I have social media links. A lot of times I will have a link to a video that I'm promoting on YouTube, and that just shows up every now and then. That's quite handy. You can also disable these if you're not wanting to promote that anymore. Same with my Patreon and stuff. You know, I kind of promote it because that's the primary source for me of revenue until I hit some sort of YouTube partnership. But even continuing forward, I think Patreon is absolutely incredible if you have talents or skills that you can do. So yeah, promoting things, having your rules, reminding people to subscribe. And of course, I talked about this a little bit earlier, but when I'm playing Super Mario Maker 2, this command pops up. It says, join the level queue by typing add and then your level code. Due to, you know, and then I have all my, you know, sort of stuff where I say, you know, I'm not into super expert levels, you know, I'm just an average player who wants to have fun. All that's right there. Pretty cool. So yeah, we got, you know, the commands, which timers are also made into commands, so I can trigger those manually. But yeah, all the timers are set up there. Quotes are good to go. Giveaways, song requests, sound files are here. I haven't added any yet, but I'm going to be very careful because I'm worried about copyrights. I'm worried about DMCA. So any sound files that I add, I'm probably going to make sure that those are either my voice or sounds that are not copyright. I'm not taking things from songs and movies and stuff like that. I want to be very cautious. This is how I do the Mario Maker queue, because warpworld.com does not have YouTube integration. So I named this level queue. I changed the command to add, and I set the max queue to 10. That way I don't get too many levels submitted by viewers, but people just type add, and then they press space and then type their level code, and their name will show up here. Their ID is their number in the queue, and then the note will be their actual level code. And I can see that data, and I can either go through it in order by picking next, or I can pick someone at random. And then, of course, I can open and close the queue when I'm saying, you know, I'm winding things down and I want to say, okay, I'm closing the queue now. I'll play the rest of the levels on the list, but I don't want anyone adding any because we only have a certain amount of time left in the live stream. Death counter's there. Currency is there as well, so that'll showcase all of that. Of course, usernames are showing everyone that's coming through the stream. You've got your mini games as well. You've got your polls and your betting and stuff. Events here. We have one shouting out one of our moderators, Spaden. So I just went over to users. I copied her ID there, which is unique, and I put her username. I just made sure that I grabbed that data from users. I set it to whenever she speaks in chat, it's going to say, hey, Spaden's here, guys. And I'll set up that sound command soon. Then beyond that, of course, you've got all the same mod tools that we talked about earlier, all the same notifications. And then with YouTube, you just got to come in, enter your streamer, your bot, Streamlabs, all that stuff is all relatively the same. It's just configured for YouTube. So that is Streamlabs chatbot. That's how I set it up. If you have any questions, just respond in the comments down below. Of course, check out the description for details on the documentation, which is the instruction manual for this. I would keep that handy. And then, of course, a link to download this below. But since this software is not heavily updated anymore, Streamlabs is more focusing on their cloud bot. You might look into that. You might see if some of these features that are here are also available there, or maybe you like this better. I personally like this because I've been using it for a long time, and it holds things like my sound files and commands, and everything is nice and neat and organized. I don't have to have a web browser open. This doesn't use a lot of bandwidth. So this is something that I just have kind of off to the side like that. I would have that on a vertical monitor, and it looks absolutely spectacular. And of course, the sort of dark mode display is easy on the eyes, and I love it. So it works for me. But you might look at what else does Streamlabs offer in terms of bots? What does Stream Elements have? If there's any other types of bots out there. But I just highly recommend this one. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Please like the video if you found it helpful, if it was good for you, if you enjoyed the video. Any questions in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel because I will have more videos on how to help you with your stream, your setup, programs that you use, all that type of stuff. I want to share my knowledge with you. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Take care.